Hello and welcome to Dungeon Dining with me, the dragon, Stale Rice. Gosh, y'all don't know how excited I am. Today, we're making a food from one of my favorite shows ever, Doctor Who. I love this show to bits for its creativity, its stories, its characters, its music, and for all the leads themselves. From the 6th Doctor in his rainbow coat to his hilarious rudeness, to the 9th Doctor in his leather jacket and unrelenting sarcasm, and the 12th Doctor in his ever-changing wardrobe and his capacity to be both sarcastic and rude. I love each Doctor in their own right. I mean, what better hero is there in fiction?
Reptilian Dragonoid detected!
Oh my god.
You speak highly of the Doctor! That makes you an enemy of the Daleks! Exterminate! Exterminate!
Mate, is this guy really worth the trouble?
What?
Yeah, he's not a threat to us.
Oh, thank god.
Yeah, he's just a fucking nerd. It's not even worth using our lasers to kill him.
Oh.
Hey, how about we all go back to Scarrow and chill for a bit? Wait for our next assignment from Davros, and in the meantime, we can all get white girl wasted.
White girl wasted?
Yay!
Woo! White girl wasted, oh yeah!
Whew, that was a close one. Anyways, today we're making fish fingers and custard. From the 11th Doctor's first story, The 11th Hour, and from his last story, Time of the Doctor. Salty and sweet. Sounds good to me, Doc. Without further ado, it's time to cook. Alright then, here we are in the kitchen. So first we're starting off with our fish fingers. So for my prep I have my cornstarch, my seasonings, my fish, and my eggs. But before I do any of that, these paws gotta go. So I have here 3 eggs. What I'm gonna do here is separate the whites from the yolks. The yolks are gonna be for our custard, and the whites are gonna be for our fish fingers. So let me show you my method how to separate egg whites from the yolks. So we have here our bowl. So what I'm gonna do is try cracking the top bit right here. Let me crack it open. Keep the top half down there. Then that run through. Grab the yolk. There we go. Now it's still solid, thankfully. We got all the white in there that we want. Dispose the shells and collect the yolks. Gently. And there we go. So now we're setting these aside for later. And next we're slicing up our fish. Now what I want to do is make them about the size of a normal finger. What I want to do is cut them 4 inches in length and a ½ inch in width. So what we have here is codfish, just over ½ a pound's worth. Now if you want to cook for more people, expand this recipe, and it'll be in the description below. Alrighty then, so like I said, about 4 inches in length. Got 3 parts right there. I'll toss in this. Now look at that, we have some lovely fingers right there, don't we? Look at those. Now these ones are a bit longer right here, so I'm going to snip those a little bit. So we'll just call these ones fish thumbs. Now before we do anything else, I want to heat up our pan and add some oil. Heat this up to about medium heat, medium high, and fill it up just enough to submerge the fish fingers. Alright then, now we're going to season our fish. Now we have here my seasoning blend. Now we have here a teaspoon's worth each of dill weed, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, and a tablespoon's worth of Old Bay seasoning. And on the side we have salt and pepper to taste. Now in my opinion folks, this should be a staple in your kitchen if it isn't already. This is great for chicken and for fish. So I'm going to mix this all up real quick. Now I'll be eyeballing the distribution of the blend. So right now I have about ½ a spoonful's worth of seasoning. I'm going to spread that on my fish. And to that I'll be adding about a tablespoon's worth of lime juice. I would suggest lemon, but this is all I have at the moment. And for extra flavor, I'll be adding about a tablespoon's worth of some Louisiana hot sauce. Taking this and rubbing all of that in. Now if you ever battering or deep frying anything, I recommend seasoning before you batter. Now if you're battering or deep frying things, I recommend seasoning before you ever do so. That way, not only does your batter have flavor, so does your food. I'm taking another ½ a spoonful of this, add it to our whites. And here we have 2 tablespoons worth of milk and 1 tablespoon more hot sauce. So we're adding that as well. I feel this thing. And right here we have a cup's worth of cornstarch. And we're adding the rest of our seasoning blend. Now flour is perfectly fine for frying things, but cornstarch has an extra crunch to it. Alright, so that looks like everything. Clean up as you go, that's important. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to salt and pepper things. Let's pepper our fish a bit. We're seasoning the taste here. We're seasoning the taste. And now some salt. Now don't salt too much. We're going to top the salt after we're done frying. Alright then, now it's fry time. Put our fish right here. Bring it over our wet and our dry. So, whoop. Put a few in here to save time right now, just to make the process much quicker. Now you see this right here. We have here a nice battered fish finger. Now I would say keep tossing in the cornstarch to make sure everything is covered. We have no creases or cracks. Alright then, so now I'm done battering our fish and we're about to fry it. So real quick I want to show you all what I'm going to do here. Alright then, so I have paper towels on a plate, and some chopsticks picking up the fish, and the fish ready, and some oil. So, we're ready to go. And also, we cannot forget our salt. We'll be topping up that fish with some more flavor. Alright then, so let's get to it. Safely. And gently. Here we go. So we're going to cook these for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Or until they're golden crisp. Look at those things go. Woo! Nice. Now, not overcrowd the pan. That should be it for now. Alright then, these things look ready. Here we go. Boop. Boop. Take some salt and season these fellas. Now I'll get back with you all after these ones are done frying. Alright then, we are back and we have here our fish fingers. So now let's get on to our custard. Now to preface, we're making enough custard for a serving here. So if you want a lot more of this, multiply the recipe. So I'm gonna put this onto low heat. We only want this milk to simmer, we're not boiling it. And we have here our 3 egg yolks from before, 4 tablespoons worth of condensed milk, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and a teaspoon's worth of vanilla extract. Hello there, camera. Our yolks. Add that cornstarch to thicken things up a bit, stir that up, make it into kind of a paste. Alright then, now look at this goodness. So let's add our vanilla, and now let's add our condensed milk. Now, fun fact, did you know in Hong Kong they put condensed milk on toast? And believe me, I've tried it and it is tasty. And to taste them, add a little bit of salt. Mix all that up nice and good. So what I'm doing here is getting a heat-safe bowl, and I'm putting the contents of this bowl into this one. The reason being, I'm pouring that warm milk into the bowl, but not all at once. We don't want to cook the eggs. We just want to create some cohesion between the dairy and the egg. And after we have, we'll put all of that into the pot. Alright then, our milk is just warm enough, so now I'm going to add that to the bowl here. Now, if this milk was boiling, I would not be using a plastic cup right here. So stir that, incorporate that, doing it a little by a little. Now, a couple of days ago, I did a test run here. And I did not have vanilla, so what I did was I added peppermint extract instead. Now I will say, surprisingly, that was very tasty. If you want to get adventurous with your custard, I say, try the extract. Now look at that, everybody. That is looking lovely. So right now, it's about as thin as orange juice, but with the heat right here, we're going to make it nice and thick. So we have here a wooden spoon, because I do not want to melt a plastic one. We're going to be stirring a lot right now. Now make sure you scrape it on the bottom a lot too. because believe me, everything around the bottom is going to get cooked first. Alright y'all, I think we're due for another time skip. Alright y'all, I think we're due for another time skip, so I'll see y'all in a minute. That's both. And now we have them together. So that concludes our cooking, and we have here our fish fingers and custard. Alright then, that was fun. Though I will admit for the custard I had the heat too high for too long, so it did curdle a bit. So for those who want to do this at home, avoid my mistake. Now despite that, I could definitely see myself making this again, especially for a get together of other Doctor Who fans. Gosh, aren't Doctor Who fans great? They're so fun, creative, and understanding. They're not judgmental in any way, and they're open to different opinions. I mean, it's not like I can lose my credibility as a fan by seeing an unpopular opinion. Hello?
Hey, still, I know what you're gonna do, and you really shouldn't.
How could you know what I was about to say? Thanks, but I'm fine. Anyways, I love all the doctors in their own right, but... Hello?
Stale, why don't you just listen to Salas and quit? You know, while you're ahead?
Rubbish, you too? Come on, I'm fine. Regardless, Oh, come on. Hello?
Stale, don't you dare say who your least favorite doctor is. You do not know what's going to happen.
Gwen, relax. No one's gonna get upset.
Stale, I swear to God.
Anyways, my least favorite doctor is the 10th Doctor.